Summer weather, of course, is here. It's going to get warmer as you know the weeks pass. So the pests are here too. And with that comes problems for our pets. Dr. Jerome Williams, Red Mountain Animal Clinic, along with his pet today, here to talk about some of the common problems that we have as the weather starts to warm up.
The most concerning thing I have, and good morning everyone, is the
overheating.
We forget.
So you've already had some cases, you said?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And it's so easy to be running an errand and leave a pet in the car. So it's just going to be a minute and come back and the pet's overheated.
So what has, the ones that you've seen already, have they been, most of them, they were left in the car?
No, they were actually at home. They were at home. And they rushed them in when they found them either laid out or just hardly breathing. We were able to revive them, fortunately.
Goodness. So what has happened, I mean, it's not super hot yet, but is it if a dog's not acclimated to the warmer weather yet?
That is the key, acclimation. If they're in direct heat and out there for the first time, or they exercise and overdo it for the first time. Because
maybe no water nearby.
No water,
yeah.
Exactly. All of those things are factors, but we just got to have our people remember, you know, to shelter our pets.
All right, let's talk about some of the other things, some of the pests that as they get out more now in the outdoors, what do you see most there?
Well, it's flea and tick season, and also mosquitoes, which carry heartworms. Those are the three big problem pests that we have with pets. And there are wonderful products out there to control all of that. You just got to see a veterinarian and get one of those products, and they can recommend the one that's best and most suited for you.
And I would imagine a lot of people, for some reason or another, don't have the means, or they just don't know better. They don't do their annual vaccines or checkups. Talk about that for a moment, how important that.
Well, the vaccines are most important because there are diseases that, and we see a bit of those every week. Things like parvo disease, which, you know, can kill a dog, especially young dogs. But the other things folks can do for just controlling their pets in the yard, they can use the products from our places like the Lowe's and the Home Depots and the Walmarts to actually spray or put down in the yard. That helps control the fleas and ticks and mosquitoes.
So what is happening, and is it a product of that when they start licking their in their paws in between? Is that something they may have gotten in the yard, or if it's not a food allergy, can that happen?
Yes, it could be a grass allergy. It could be, you know, once they start licking enough and get infected, then you got a whole nother problem. At that time, you got to see a veterinarian to see about getting some antibiotics or something else to relieve it.
All right. I hate the thought of seeing a snake. Everybody knows that, and I'm sorry. But, of course, snakes are out more right now.
Yes.
Talk about that and what happens with an animal if they come across a snake.
Well, pets are curious, and they will approach a snake and with their nose or their paw. So most time if you see a paw that's swollen or looks unusual, or the face, and you don't have any other reason to believe that any other thing could have caused the injury, it may be a snake bite.
Can't assume it's a snake. Okay, so if it's a venomous snake, what happens to the pet?
Well, you want to get them to your veterinarian as soon as possible, and then they will begin to do what's necessary. If it's something like a rattlesnake, then they may have to use antivenom. But for the other snakes, the copperheads and the you know, the ones that we see in this area, the water moccasin, then it doesn't require as much as usually. Antivenom is not usually required.
All right, we're going to hope that you don't encounter that.
Exactly.
Or yourself. Good to see you, Dr. Jerome Williams.
Okay, always good to be here. He's hyperactive today, hyperactive.
He smells that food back there in the kitchen.
Yes, I smell that food too. It smells great.